Hi economists, in this short video I'll take you through the impacts and the effects of an export subsidy briefly. An export subsidy is a payment per unit of the good that is exported. Let's look in this example at the effects on the export of Australian lobsters. As you can see, before trade, the world price is PW, and this would be above the domestic price, which is where domestic demand intersects with domestic supply. So once this country, Australia, opens itself up to trade, it becomes an exporter of lobsters. The world price, domestic quantity demanded is before the export subsidy is 200 and domestic quantity supplied is 400. So before the subsidy, there would be 200 units of exports. The government decides to provide an export subsidy per unit of lobsters exported in order to increase the quantity of lobsters exported. The supply curve therefore shifts to the right by the amount of the subsidy per unit. And where this is what we do then. So we look at where the domestic, the SS intersects with the world price, and we draw a vertical line. Now this vertical line enables us to find out what would be the new domestic price for the Australian lobsters, which is effectively the world price plus the subsidy per unit. Because remember, the subsidy is a subsidy on exports. Foreigners all the while continue to pay the world price. This new price only affects domestic consumers and producers. So as I said, we know that the subsidy applies to the units of lobsters exported. So the incentive is to increase the amount of lobsters exported. Therefore, when the Australian consumers are now paying this higher price, which incorporates the subsidy, they will therefore, we know by the law of demand, they will demand less. So domestic demand falls to 150 units. But the subsidy has the impact of causing producers to produce more. And therefore, the supply increases to 450 units. Now the amount exported after the export subsidy increases from 200 units to 300 units. While there are winners and losers, such as the Australian lobster producers and employees are obviously better off from this export subsidy, Australian consumers and taxpayers are worse off. Australian consumers are having to pay a higher price, which integrates the cost of the subsidy, which has been passed on to them, and obviously it costs taxpayers because it's a subsidy. And then let's look at the overall deadweight loss. So there are effectively two areas of deadweight loss. One is area B, which is because Australian consumers are consuming less but paying more. And area D is because the effect of the subsidy is to contribute to the global misallocation of resources overall. Thank you.